Hey everyone! Today we are going to talk about something that affects almost all of us, even if we do not always notice it. You may feel that life is getting more expensive every year. Food costs more, rent costs more, gas costs more, school fees, medical bills, and even small daily items cost more. But your salary or wages do not increase at the same speed. Sometimes they stay the same for years. Sometimes they increase a little, but not enough. So the big question is, why does this happen? Is it an accident? Is it bad luck? Or is it designed this way? In this video, we will explain everything in very simple English. No hard words, no confusing math, just clear ideas that anyone can understand. What is inflation? First, let us understand what inflation is. Inflation means prices go up over time. If a loaf of bread costs $1 today, next year it may cost $1.10. If rent is $500 today, next year it may be $550. Inflation is normal in most countries. Governments often say a little inflation is good for the economy. Many central banks even aim for about 2% inflation every year. But inflation has a problem. When prices go up, people need more money to live the same life as before. What are wages? Wages are the money you earn from your job. This can be daily wages, weekly pay, or monthly salary. When wages go up, workers can buy more things. When wages stay the same but prices go up, workers can buy less things. This is where the problem starts. The big gap between wages and inflation. Over many years, in many countries, inflation has moved faster than wages. This means prices rise quickly, but paychecks rise slowly. At first, this gap is small. You may not feel it much, but over time, the gap becomes big. Suddenly, you are working just as hard as before, maybe harder, but you feel poorer. Is this just a coincidence? Many people think this happens by accident. They think the economy is broken. They think leaders made mistakes, but the truth is more uncomfortable. In many ways, this system is designed like this. Who decides wages? Wages are not decided by magic. They are decided by companies, governments, and market rules. Companies want to make profits. To make more profit, they try to keep costs low. One of the biggest costs for companies is labor, meaning workers' wages, so companies often resist raising wages. Who controls inflation? Inflation is mainly controlled by central banks and governments. They control interest rates, money supply, and financial policies. When inflation gets too high, central banks raise interest rates. This makes borrowing money more expensive. But here's the important part. When they fight inflation, they often focus on slowing the economy, not raising wages. Why not just raise wages? This sounds simple, right? If prices go up, just raise wages. But many leaders say raising wages too fast is dangerous. They say it can cause something called a wage price spiral. This means wages go up, companies raise prices, prices go up more, workers ask for higher wages again. Governments fear this cycle, so instead of pushing wages up, they often allow wages to lag behind inflation. How this helps companies. When wages grow slowly, companies benefit. They pay workers less in real value. Real value means how much your money can actually buy. Even if your salary number stays the same, its buying power goes down when prices rise. This helps companies reduce labor costs, increase profits.
Please, investors and shareholders.
So from a business point of view, slow wage growth is very useful. How this helps governments. Governments also benefit in some ways. When wages stay low, unemployment may stay lower. Companies hire more workers. Businesses look stable. Governments often prefer stability over fairness. They fear protests, crashes, and financial chaos. Also, many governments have debt. Inflation reduces the real value of debt, but if wages rise too fast, people demand more public spending. So keeping wages behind inflation makes budgets easier to manage. The power balance problem. Another big reason wages lag inflation is power. Workers and companies do not have equal power. In the past, workers had strong unions. Unions fought for better pay, benefits, and safety. But in many countries, unions are weaker today. Some laws limit unions. Some companies move jobs to cheaper countries. When workers have less power, they cannot demand higher wages easily. Globalization makes it worse. Globalization means companies can move factories and offices to other countries. If workers in one country ask for higher wages, companies say, "We will move jobs somewhere cheaper." This fear keeps wages low. Workers feel replaceable. So even when inflation rises, workers hesitate to ask for more pay. Technology and automation. Technology also plays a role. Machines, software, and robots can replace human workers. This gives companies more power. If a worker asks for higher wages, the company may choose automation instead. This keeps wage growth slow, even as productivity increases. Productivity versus wages. Productivity means how much value a worker creates. Over the last decades, productivity has increased a lot. Workers produce more goods and services than ever before. But wages did not increase at the same speed. So where did the extra money go? Mostly to company profits, executives, and shareholders. This is not accidental. It is a choice made by economic systems. Inflation hurts the poor more. Inflation does not hurt everyone equally. Rich people often own assets, houses, stocks, businesses. These assets often increase in value with inflation. Poor and middle-class people depend on wages. When wages lag, they suffer more. This creates more inequality.
Why people feel tired and angry. Many people today feel constantly tired, stressed, and angry even when they are working harder than ever before. They wake up early, work long hours, and still feel like they're falling behind. Savings are shrinking, bills are growing, and the future feels uncertain. This emotional exhaustion is not rare anymore. It has become normal. People worry about rent, groceries, healthcare, education, and unexpected emergencies. Even small financial shocks can feel overwhelming. This creates a constant background stress that slowly drains mental and emotional energy. Is this really by design? When we say wages lag inflation by design, it does not mean there is one secret group controlling everything behind closed doors. It means that over many decades, certain policy choices and priorities have been repeated again and again. For example, governments often prioritize price stability and low inflation over strong wage growth. Companies focus heavily on maximizing profit and shareholder value. Financial systems reward capital, investments, and assets more than human labor. Each individual decision may seem reasonable on its own, but together, over time, they create a system where wages grow slowly while prices rise faster. Inflation becomes normal, but wage increases become rare, delayed, or conditional. What happens when this continues? When wages continue to lag behind inflation for long periods, serious consequences follow. People begin cutting back on spending not because they want to save, but because they have no choice. Consumer demand weakens even though people still need basic goods. At the same time, debt increases. Credit cards, personal loans, and buy now, pay later systems become survival tools instead of conveniences. Why don't schools teach this? Many schools teach basic economics, but they rarely teach how power, money, and policy interact in real life. Students learn supply and demand, but not how labor loses bargaining power over time. They learn about markets, but not about wage suppression or profit concentration. As a result, people grow up believing this is just how life is. If I'm struggling, it must be my fault. What can workers do? Workers are not powerless, even though it may feel that way. Awareness itself is a form of power. When people understand how the system works, they can stop internalizing guilt and start demanding fairness. Workers can learn basic economic realities, talk openly about wages and conditions, support fair labor laws, join or form worker organizations. What can governments do? Governments play a critical role. They can raise minimum wages, protect unions, regulate extreme corporate profits, and invest in public services like healthcare, education, and transportation. These actions reduce pressure on workers and strengthen long-term stability. What can companies do? Companies are not forced to choose exploitation. They can prioritize fair pay, profit sharing, employee well-being, and long-term growth instead of short-term gains. The role of you. Understanding the system changes everything. When you understand why things happen, you stop blaming yourself. You ask better questions, make smarter decisions, vote more consciously, and support policies that align with fairness. Final thoughts. Wages lag inflation, not because workers are weak or unskilled, but because the system is structured to protect profits and stability first. Change is not impossible, but it requires knowledge, courage, and collective action. Understanding the system is the first step towards changing it. Thank you for watching.